Alright guys, it's your brother Jeru. It's Friday, and I'm gonna hit you to two of the most powerful words I know. These words are magic words. Not only are they powerful, they're like kryptonite for haters. Alright? And this is what those two words are. So what? And that's it. So what? You think you better than me. So what? You got more money than me. So what? So-and-so said this. So what? You disrespected me. So what? This ain't prison. I could ignore you. And that's what I'm going to do because I'm concerned about the quality of my life. It doesn't matter what you think about my life. It matters what I think about my life. So that's what I'm telling all you guys. Imagine how many people would be here with us today if they would have just said, so what? Prison is full because motherfuckers just ain't say, so what? And if you don't like what I'm saying, so what? And that's all I gotta say. Have a great weekend. Peace, love, and happiness. Don't forget, head over to patreon.com for the next 19 days, actually. For the next 19 days, everybody who signs up is going to get a personalized video shout out from your brother, a chance to win a Jeru the Damaja, anything from my web store, and also you're gonna get money for merch. That's right, free money. You sign up, you get free money, and not only that, you get downloads of my music every month. Every month I'm putting out fresh new music. Actually, come on over now and you can see the preview of my new song, Love Hate, that's dropping next week. Especially for my patrons. You get to actually see it first because that's how I take care of my people. So like I said, one love, happy Friday, happy weekend, happy life. And if they coming at you wrong, just say, so what?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the legendary Jeru the Damaja. And let me tell you, man, Jeru, all I can say is back since 1994, you've been one of my favorite artists, man. You've been one of my favorite artists.
Oh, man, thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, no matter when I talk with people about artists, we have conversations about artists. I'm always like, can't forget Jeru. He's one of the best to ever do it. I don't care what anybody says.
Right. I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah. I follow you on Instagram, you know, and and I seen, you released Power, you released If Was, two new singles, and both of them are dope, by the way. Both of them are dope. And,
thank you.
Yeah, and Power really takes me back to like almost like that 94 Jeru, for real, for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I heard it, I'm like, man, this is just dope. So just, I know you said something about like you're gonna release a single every month or something like that.
Every single month for 15 months. Yeah.
Okay. So with these two here.
So the next joint is coming soon. The next joint will be in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
It's called in 2 weeks. It's called what is it called? I've been sitting here doing the video. Listen, I've been doing the video all day. I ain't sleep. It's called Love Hate.
Love Hate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's
because we hate the love and we love the hate. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's addressing a lot of different things. I'm still Jeru. You know what I mean? The years have changed. I have become a little more. How could I say? I'm more understanding than I was. When I was a youth. But the sentiment is still the same. The message is still the same. I'm gonna still use my platform in order to, say something because that's the important thing, right? No matter who you are as a human being, when you do things like put out records, that lasts forever. You don't know who you're gonna be influencing down the line in 25 years, 30 years, 40 years. So I always wanted to be something that, says something.
Yeah. And that's what I've always gotten from your music. You know, I've always been the kind of person that wants to hear enlightening, uplifting, you know, music that makes me think. And that's the reason why you've always been one of my favorite artists, because
thank you.
That's what I get from your music, man.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I got, especially from the song Power. So are you working towards an album?
Well, I mean, it actually is an album. I'm just releasing it one song at a time.
Oh, okay.
Right? I'm moving along with the times. It's like, you know, it's so many dope albums. They come out, and then a month or two later, you don't hear nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to do how the new music business is. Give them a single every single month for 15 months, so that they always have a dope song for me. So they get to experience the album one track at a time. I also created a playlist where I add each track, and then when it's all finished, it's gonna be a physical EP. I mean, a physical LP. You know what I'm saying? That you could purchase if you like to. But now you get a chance to know it. You get to live with it. You get to understand it. You get to say, "Wow, I like this song. I like that song." You know, and hopefully you'll see my efforts and support those efforts. You know, because when you think about the music industry, like how it is today, it's not like how it used to be. Like, you have these streaming platforms. There's no real money in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not where it's at. It's really, that's like for vanity's sake, unless you're getting 32 million streams a day. You know what I'm saying? 32 million streams a month on each platform. It's not like before where you could just cash a fat check. And I mean, I'm very fortunate that, you know, I own all the publishing to all my music, so I'm always getting paid, and you know, I'm always able to do what I do, and I'm pretty good at the business of hustling my commodity, which is me, you know. So I'm doing my own thing out in Europe. I have my own event series that I was doing before this whole COVID-19 thing called Do the Right Thing, where I bring out my favorite MCs and all the groups from the 80s and the 90s. I've had G-Rap, the Jizza, Ghostface, Pete Rock, CL Smooth, Das Effect, Root Home, Gangstar Foundation, Beat Nuts, whoever you could think of. You know what I'm saying? I do that. And I'm always making records. My last record since about 99 have all been on my own label. So, I still have all that. And now I'm doing this new thing, and I'm just delving into, like I said, the new music business. And also, you know, I got my Patreon, I got my YouTube, I got my own merchandising. I'm getting ready to go into my own shoes. You know, I'm out here working, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Prolific. Yo, so I have a question. So are you working on music like at all times, like throughout your week, you're just creating more and more music, or do you work on it?
You know, it's I don't even have to be making music to make music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always in my head, like, oh, this will be a dope song, or oh, this might be a dope beat. Like I said, right now, I'm working on the video for my new joint, Love Hate, because I do all that. I have all my own cameras, you know, all my own equipment. I know how to use Final Cut and Premiere and
there you go.
Photoshop, and, you know, I'm proficient in all of that stuff. So, you know, I love to just create.
Dope.
It's more than just music. I'm constantly creating. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about for me. It's about the act of creation, right? Because, you know, that shows the true power of God, right? Creativity. So I want to try to live that.
Yeah.
That's ill. But for the album, those 15 songs are already done, right?
Yeah, I did those songs. I'm working on 15 more. You know what I'm saying?
15 more. All right, dope.
Yeah, it's no way. It's no way. And this is what I'm learning. It's no way you could put out a record a month by just making a record, because I'm not just putting out the record. Every record got a video. Every record got two videos. It got a regular video and it got a lyric video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to realize that when you're dealing with Apple and all these people, you have to have the stuff weeks in advance.
Content,
right? So that's why, like the next joint is, I'm actually late right now. The next joint is coming out on the 17th. I'm gonna deliver the video tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I should have had the video delivered last week, but I upgraded my computer, and oh man, it went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like
always
programs stopped working, and
yeah,
and, you know, and
losing files.
It's crazy because I'm a nerd. You know what I'm saying? So I upgraded my computer in different ways. Like I have one of those trash can Macs of 2013. I changed the hard drive, and then I recently changed the actual CPU. But when I changed the hard drive, it's something called an EFI that's not recognized by Apple as an Apple hard drive. So in order to upgrade the operating system, I had to clone my laptop, and then I had to put the program on my laptop, clone my laptop, then reclone the laptop to the desktop, and then I lost program. So it put me back like 2 weeks. You know, so like I said, I got every release. Like this month, this record that's coming out is called Love Hate. The next month, the record that's coming out is called Soul Glow, and then just every month after that is just a record and a video and a lyric video. You know, I'm just gonna keep hitting them and just showing them, you know, this is how we doing it. You know, it's the new music business.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
You either adapt or you die. Like I said, it's great records that come out. Like, look, Nas just put out an album. Black Moon just put out an album. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how when I was young, you put out an album, it lasted the whole year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it lasted the whole year. Like you can talk about it for the whole year. It may be into the next year. That's why it took you 2-3 years to make another record. You know what I'm saying? Because you was working that record. But now it seems like a record come out and it's gone. Like it's people, it's hot, a few days, a week, 2, maybe a month, is gone. For me, I'm not doing it like that. I'm not letting you get out of, you know, you're gonna see me every month.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're gonna constantly see me. You know, the only way you ain't gonna see me is if you block me. You know what
right.
Right.
That is a really smart way to attack it, though, because when you attack the content from multiple angles, you get the track audio, and then you get a lyric video. You know, you get people seeing the lyrics and also getting a visual, and then you drop the actual music video for it.
And it speaks to the algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It speaks to the algorithm of the internet. You know, people don't, they not thinking about that. I'm thinking about, so if I'm putting out a record every month, when somebody type Jeru the Damaja, Google likes me already. Google is like, oh, I know this guy. People are talking about him every month, even if it's only a few people. You know what I'm saying? It's more than a few people, but like I said, so I'm attacking everything. You know, I have my YouTube channel, even that. I've been growing my YouTube channel. Last year, I had only 1,000 people on my YouTube channel. Now I got 11,000, and it grows daily because I figured out how to do it. Like, I take classes and all that on all of this type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm constantly trying to learn because these are the tools that I'm dealing with nowadays. You know, I'm not one of those people. Some people are real nostalgic. You know, back in the days it was like this, and back in the days like that. Listen, I had fun back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But today is today. And I'm going to learn all of this technology because I have an advantage because I know what I know and I know this new stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know stuff they don't know, so I can come around marketing and all that in a different way. I can bring a different flair to it, you know, but I have to still use the new tools. You know, and that's why I've been kind of, you say you follow me on Instagram, that's why I've been kind of MIA, because I've been working on this video and I've just been getting a lot of things together because pretty much, you know, besides my assistant, I'm a one-man army. You know what I'm saying? Like, or everything you seeing me do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I like it like that because, listen, especially in these times, right? Like, what else is there to do but be creative? Like COVID-19 is the best thing in the world that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if not, real talk, if not, I would be on the road right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing hundreds of shows a year, literally. You know what I'm saying? All over the world. I had like about 70, 80 shows already lined up. You know,
wow.
I had like 12, 13 shows in Canada, you know, the U.S., Europe, always, every day. Look, I'm supposed to go to Croatia next week. I'm just not going to go because they just put out a travel warning, and I don't want to have no issues. I don't want to have to take no COVID test and be quarantined 14 days when I get back. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to not do that. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be out. So when there's no COVID, I'm constantly moving. So this gave me a chance to sit back, and you know, I'm listening to a lot of audio books about the new music business and different things while I'm riding my bike, because I ride a pedal bike every day. You know what I'm saying? I go get my few miles in, ride up here, ride up there, and I just got an epiphany, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put a new record out every month.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I got the album because I was gonna do it the traditional way, right? I was gonna just put out the album. But I'm like, nah, that's really not that effective. You know what I'm saying? I want to build, because you got to remember too, I don't just got my new stuff on Spotify. It's not like, and Tidal and all that. I got my whole legacy.
Right.
So I still get my bread off of that. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like I'm a new artist and I'm still getting my checks every month or quarter or however they break them down. You understand what I'm saying? Through all of these different platforms. So for me, my best bet is to grow all of that, right?
Exactly.
So to have that and to have my other things that I'm doing and to have my Patreon. And anybody who's listening, head over to patreon.com/Jeru, you know, the Damaja, and, you know, join that. And if you join that, you get the record every month. You know what I'm saying? And not only will you get the record every month when it drops, but you get your name in all my music videos, the end credits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing it like that for the people now, making them a part of it so that if history comes through, they'll see their name and be like, yep, I helped contribute to that. You know what I'm saying? I helped make that happen. I helped keep hip-hop alive as a culture.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. How do you feel about today's music, man? Today's hip-hop music?
I mean, listen, it could be fun. You know what I'm saying? It could be fun, but it ain't really my thing. I'm not a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hanging out in those places like that. But I think there's nothing wrong with the music. I think music is music, and music is great, right? But it's no content. It's no real substance, let's say. You know what I mean? And everything can't be that, because I'm not going to front like every record in the 80s and 90s was conscious, but it was conscious to a degree where it was just talking about what was going on. Now it's really just talking about every record is saying the same exact thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How good the pussy is, how much money they got, how long the party is. But COVID times, ain't none of that shit mean nothing. You know, all those people really silent. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing to help nobody, not the community, you know, not nothing like that. So, I mean, like I said, and you know what? And to be fair, that's nobody's responsibility, right? I'm not going to put that on nobody to say you have to be responsible for this. So I'm going to say it's all right. I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at nobody for doing what they do, but I'm going to just do what I do.
Right.
So do you think you would have that same level of focus if you were still in the US?
Of course, my focus is the same. I just got less stress. You know what I'm saying? My focus is the same. I ain't got to worry about police killing me. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. It's just a different. It's just slow motion. But you know, my focus. I've been putting out independent records since 1999. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been doing this before there was the internet like that. Before there was a Spotify and I was selling records. You know, so and reaching out to DJs and all of that stuff. So So my focus is the same. And you want to know what's crazy? I'm not even as focused as I should be. I'm working on that now, becoming more focused. It's so funny how people be thinking I'm so focused, but shit, I'm working on being more focused. You know, this next few months, because they say, all right, it's gonna be second waves and things, and you know, out here compared to back to the crib, it is not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you can move around. Like you can move around. Like I drove down to Denmark a few weeks ago. I did a show out there. You know, nobody's rocking no mask and nothing like that. They got very low cases. Even here right now, the cases shot up, but the active cases is only 15,000, and it's probably 14,000 a day. And at one point, it was like 6,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's people coming in and out of different countries, so that's changed. So they getting ready to get a little, but it was never no real lockdown out here, not where I'm at in Berlin. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you can go, if we go out right now, the bars is open. I went out the other morning, Saturday morning, I went out to go to the store like 6 a.m. It's a 24-hour supermarket down the street. I come out, they still chilling in the bar. It's 6:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, they still rock. And you know, and I'm fronting because that would be me. You know what I'm saying? When it wasn't, because everything. That's what I like about out here. It's like New York in the 80s and 90s. It don't sleep.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Bar party. I rode my bike. So, and the same thing that same morning. So after I went to the store and all that, I jumped on a bike around 7:30, 8. I'm riding around the city, taking my morning ride. And no, it was the next day, actually Sunday. And I ride, it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the supermarket because it's out here, like supermarkets and all that is closed on Sundays, but they got like particular ones that's open, specific ones. So I'm like, let me go over to the train station, go to the supermarket, and this club. It's called Cat Blau, the Blue Cat. And yo, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and they outside the club. The club rock for like 2-3 days. Like it'll rock from like Thursday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like 9 in the morning. They out there smoking cigarettes. I'm like, oh shit, damn, they still out there. I forgot those days. Because I've been laying so low. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, putting this record out every month, that takes my focus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, even though the records are ready, they not all ready because they still need to be mixed. Some they need to be mastered. Like some of them need to be mixed, some of them need to be mastered. So I'm going through that process. Then I got to think about, all right, I got to do a video every month, 2 videos. You know what I'm saying? So what's the concept for a video, and how I'm gonna make it happen in these times where you can't really do too much? Because like, see, if it was other times, I could just go over to the YouTube studio out here. They got a fly YouTube studio.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right.
They got a fly one. You know what I'm saying? I could just rock over there, get my cameraman and them, and we could just go
over there.
Screen it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could go have 15, 20, 30 people. I could do a mini concert in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or I got homies with clubs and bars and all of that, but it's just everything shut down. So it's like, all right, it's really challenging my creativity, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that it challenges my creativity. Like I said, I ain't been asleep yet. It's right now, it's 7 p.m. I've been up since 6 p.m. yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Grinding
like,
for real. Yeah.
I've been,
man.
And I'm fronting because I took an hour and a half nap, but I had an interview right before you dudes with TL Cross. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was a little late coming in. So I'm up, and after we get off, I'm gonna go to the store. You know what I'm saying? I need some cashews, and I ain't been out.
Yeah. So how long you been in Berlin?
On and off for like 6 years.
Okay.
On and off, but like, you know, really just like really in it for like 4 years. Yeah, it's different. You know, and before all this, I was thinking about going to the Netherlands. You know what I'm saying? That's my next move. Like, go to the Netherlands, because I like to move around. I like to explore. It helps my creativity. And you know, nothing gonna keep you on your toes like moving to another foreign country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
nothing is
sure.
gonna keep you on your toes like moving to a foreign country. Like dudes be talking all that gangster and all of that. I want to see them come somewhere where they don't speak the language, nothing,
Right.
and just say, "All right, I'm gonna be right here." You know what I'm saying? With minimal support from people. Like, yeah, you know people, but I got one or two good people out here, but basically 9 times out of 10, I'm dolo. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it keeps me on my toes. It keeps my brain sharp because now I got to learn the language, right? Because I got to go shopping. I got to do laundry. You find the simplest things that you learn from. I remember when I first moved here, I needed safety pins. Like, I'm like, how the hell do you say safety pins? You know what I'm saying? And then getting the courage to ask for it, right? Because now I got to ask the lady, excuse me, where's the safety pins? And then I got to listen real hard for her directions, right? Because she's going to tell me in German.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's going to tell me in German, and she's going to be speaking fast, and I'm going to have to be like, I might catch some of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, so it's a good exercise, too, because, you know, it helps me to say, I don't know when I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me, I don't understand. Not front like I understand and go the wrong way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we would usually do because our pride, right?
Right.
We don't want to look stupid. But I'm like, you know what? My mother always says, if you don't ask, you won't know. You know what I'm saying? If you think you know everything, how could you learn anything? So,
no doubt.
Germany, Berlin is good.
So what's the hip hop scene like there?
Oh, Berlin is off the chain. I mean, you get more shows out here than you get out in America and Europe in general, especially like classic ever stuff. I actually do my own show, like I said, called Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
And I do it in Barcelona. I do it in Amsterdam. I've done it in London. I've done it in the Czech Republic. But my 2 cities is Amsterdam and Barcelona. Like I said, I have everybody come out. Wu-Tang, I had Jizza, Ghostface, Cool G Rap, Pete Rock, CL Smooth.
Oh, that's a crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy concert, man.
You know, Beat Nuts. Think of somebody. DOS Effects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Think of somebody. We pretty much had them out. You know what I'm saying? And that's my own personal thing I do with my man Brum. And like I said, so it's hip hop is crazy out here. We've actually done it in Berlin too. I have Havoc. I had Havoc twice. I had him in Berlin and I had him in Amsterdam. The Artifacts, my man Sadat X. Yeah, I have everybody come through. Like if I could get you to come through, if I know you out here and we can make it happen, that's definitely what I try to do. And like I said, this COVID thing is slow stuff up a little bit because the last people we were supposed to have was Slum Village in Barcelona. That was on my birthday, February 14th. And then the next day, I flew back to New York and I did a joint at the Sony Hall, came back out here, and I was getting ready to go on tour, and everything shut down because of, you know, the whole COVID nonsense. But yeah, the hip hop scene is great out here. I mean, Berlin is actually a city. I'm telling you, it's like New York in the 80s and 90s. Anything you want to get into out here, you can get into it. Whether it's hip hop, techno, reggae, metal, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, it got a scene for it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Croatian folk music, they got a scene for it. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you could think of, make some shit up, and they got a scene for it.
Right.
Like you could just make some shit up, and like you'll have 30, 40 people rocking with you the first day. Next thing you know, the next few weeks, it'll be hundreds. You know, like my man and them, they do this joint called the Swag Jam. It's basically like how the Roots used to do the Black Lily at the Wetland. And so every Wednesday for like 5-6 years, they do a open mic, and they do new material every week. So I'll go through there. It's not too far from the crib. I'll go through there and kick it with them, and it's crazy. It's a band. They hip hop, the hip hop band. It's so many different things. I know dudes out here like my man Mark Hypen, and they just spin vinyl 45. You know what I'm saying? They got all of that type scene. They got just the vinyl scene. Right around the corner from my crib, I was just talking the other day. Money like Jeru, what's up? I'm like, oh, he like, look, record store and a coffee shop. I'm like, oh, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
You know? And Berlin is real liberal. Like, they ain't stressing you for nothing. Like, you can drink. And out here, it's not like back at the crib. It's you could drink in the street. Like, you can have open containers in the street and drink
for
beer.
Real?
And
okay.
Motherfuckers walk around with a fifth of gin. You know what I'm saying? You can walk around with a bottle of Henny. You know what I'm saying? And nobody will even look twice. You know what I mean? You see chicks walking around, everybody, be 10 o'clock in the morning. You see chicks walking around with beers. Everybody smoke weed. Like in my old apartment, like I used to live downstairs from a bar. I just go down there, roll me a little joint, you know, do some work, pull out my laptop, smoke a joint. Nobody saying nothing. You know, it's like that. And that's what I say about it's less stress out here. And, you know, a lot of people, the question people want to know, because they like, you in Germany, is there racism? Of course there's racism. This is the world. You know what I'm saying? Where you go as a black man, there is no racism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Or some type of ism. I just like they brand of racism better. You know what I'm saying? it's you know what I'm saying? They brand of racism. It's like Coke and Pepsi. They both cola. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They both cola, but you know, I don't gotta deal. It's certain things I ain't gotta deal with. Like I was saying, one thing, police brutality. I ain't gotta deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And the racism. And honestly, I don't get no. This is what it is. Racism is an institutionalized system in America, right? I'm not part of their system like that. So, and it's not their system is not the same because their system is much older. America is built on racism. You understand what I'm saying? Right. It's built on slavery, subjugation, and racism. That's the credo because it's only like 400 years old. This place is thousands of years old. So their issues is different. You know what I'm saying? And you got to remember, it's not just a black and white. See, America is a black and white thing. In Europe, it's not really like that because you got to remember, don't forget about the Nazis and all that. They was jacking up the Polish, all of the other people over there that they call the Slavics, the Romanians, you know what I mean? The Polish, this person, that. So for them, it ain't a color thing. It's about who you are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you Polish, or you this, or you German, or you Irish. Remember, the English used to tear the Irish up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Scottish. That's what the movie Braveheart was about. You know what I'm saying? They be over there boning their wives and all that. Because if
William Wallace.
Right. Dig it. So, you know, so the system of oppression is different. Racism is different out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get it the same way. It's not like, it's no systemic racism. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how it is in America.
Yeah. So how in Berlin or Germany, how did they react to the protests that were going on in America?
Oh, they was out here. Yeah. You know, Berlin is a big Antifa city. You know what I'm saying? Like they got. I can show you buildings. I live around the corner from a squat. One of the last. Like a couple squats where you know motherfuckers don't pay rent, and they got the buildings all painted up like "fuck the police," "Black Lives Matter," "No man is illegal" in German, "Kein Mensch is illegal," and you know I got pictures. I'll share some photographs with y'all, and of these buildings. One building I seen them painted up, so they got the big Antifa. You know because the Antifa that means the anti-fascist movement, right? And it has a lot of different incarnations depending on where you are in Europe. That thing started out here in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they fight against the Nazis and you know, they got the anti-Nazi joints out here. So they real liberal out here. So when that all happened, you know, they was out in the parks. They was marching. Yeah. You know, I come out the corner of my building, they got Black Lives Matter. I mean, even though that, to me, that, you know, that's a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, Black Lives do matter. I don't know about the organization. You know what I'm saying? Like the
I'm with you on
is
that.
cool. And like I always say, and this is how you know that this is I was telling my man, and this is how you know that it's some subterfuge there and there's something else going on. Because if dudes really wanted to make a difference, they would have adapted all lives matter first, right? Because then you can't counter that. Like if they would have came out and said, stop killing our black children because all lives matter, what could the opposition have called themselves? Fuck everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like you would be an anti-human. You would have to say the only organization they could have came out was No Lives Matter.
No
right?
lives.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But you gotta always remember, you playing chess. Anytime that they could set up us against them, that's what the 1% want, right?
Mm-hmm.
They always want us against them. That's why if we look at history, if we look at all the leaders who they murdered them because they was talking unity. It wasn't because, and that's the song You Like Power.
Exactly.
That's why I say unity is the enemy. That's why they murdered Fred Hampton.
Right.
Yep.
Unity is the enemy. That's why they killed Dr. King, Malcolm X. They killed all of those dudes when Malcolm X was anti-white and all of this and all. He was on every TV show in the world,
mm-hmm.
right? Once he changed his view, they killed him. Once he said, hey, wait a minute, we all brothers, and because if you wise enough and realize that it's the rich against the poor, man, the rich is gonna be singled out, right? Because there's less of them. Right. So they gotta keep people fighting, and it's one of those leaders. He said, you can get the people to do anything as long as you make them think that they have the smallest chance of becoming part of the oppressive class. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you give them the smallest idea, like even with America, with the whole white thing and all that, how it was really made prevalent is because the slave masters, after the Civil War, they was really afraid that, the blacks was going to rise up and start taking their shit back. You know what I'm saying? Taking the land and doing that. So they had to get these poor white people to help protect it, right? And you don't want to protect something that's not yours. You don't care. You don't have no interest. So then they created this idea of this whiteness. They pushed it. You know what I'm saying? They pushed the idea of whiteness.
Yeah.
To make those poor white people feel like one day we could own a farm too. We could have us a plantation. So let's work with the plantation owners. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's all about.
Yeah. So now see, like, you always give us this in your music, right? You always, you're always dropping, some science on us in your music. How much research goes into, when you're writing a song and you got a certain topic, or you want to get across a certain theme, a certain concept? How much research goes into your writing?
I mean, I'm almost 50 now. I've been selling books since I was 20.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I read a lot. I was reading The African Origin of Biological Psychiatry and selling it when I was in my teens, 19, 20, and all these different other books. And now they got audio books. My God, that's like crack to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly expanding my mind on a daily basis, So the research is just me living every day. I find this stuff out. I don't research to write songs. I write about the things I know. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that I know. So I just, you can only write about what you know. I mean, some people will do it like that. Will go, like, if you want to write a movie about spies, then it's good to go research everything about spies, But me, I'm writing about the stuff I know. I know about Fred Hampton, the Rainbow Coalition, and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and a bunch of different other things and other people, not just that, but history, world history, and history of different countries, because, my goal is to be the best human being that I could be. You know what I mean? And to not let my prejudices color the way that I see people, because that's been done to us so much, and we've been trained in that way so much. Sure. And that's one of the reasons that I moved out to Europe, and so that I could get into an environment where I could just see all types of different people. You know what I'm saying? I go to Africa, I go to Asia. I one time I almost moved to Japan. At one time I almost moved to South Africa, right? Like I'm always trying to learn. And that's what it is. So it's not too much research. It's just speaking upon what I know, because I know they have this whole woke culture now, whatever. But I mean, if motherfuckers is woke, then I got insomnia. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah. I feel you on that.
You know what I mean? If motherfuckers is woke, I got insomnia. Like, so,
no lie.
You know, I'm just, and because if we was so conscious, like with all the tools that we got, the way we treat each other and the way things are going now, it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like what we focusing on and how we let them just jack hip hop from us. You know what I'm saying? We just let them jack the most world changing thing ever. You know, that was our greatest tool for advancement, and now it's the greatest weapon of self-destruction. You know, they tricked us good. Remember, they hated hip hop when it first came out.
No bull.
They didn't even want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't even want nothing to do with it. They said, you know what, John? Can't beat them? Join them. And let's not even join them. We'll take it over. You know what I'm saying? We'll take it over. We'll give a couple of the dummies some money. We'll get them to kill each other and shoot each other and promote violence and death. Like I don't hear no country singers talking about killing each other. You know what I'm saying? No white pop singers, well, unless they like Johnny Cash or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
no, that's
they not playing that on their stations and promoting that to their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For us, oh man, all day. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, look, how about the last year or two? How many artists got records that came out after they died or is in the penitentiary? How crazy is that?
That's crazy. Yeah,
you got records out.
Man.
You dead and your record out, so you ain't even get to enjoy it. You ain't even get to use it what it was for.
Right.
Yeah.
And not to be like that, the streets ain't even rough as they used to be. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But maybe for the kids who in it, but the streets ain't rough as they used to be.
Right.
Come on. Back in my day, I'm gonna say like the old people back in my day, I was telling my man, if you had $100 pair of sneakers, you was walking around with your life on your feet. You know what I'm saying? You had a $200 jacket or something. Oh my God. You know what I mean? You anything shiny, the things that the youth today be flashing on Instagram, they would have been murdered for it or kidnapped. You know what I mean? At the very least.
Still happens sometimes. Still happens sometimes. You know what I'm
not
saying?
But not like how it was when I was jumping off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It happens every day. It happens now, but really, it happens really. It happens so rarely that's why people so free to do it.
These days, it's the social media that triggers it to happen. You feel me?
But this is what I'm saying.
Because they show it.
But this is what I'm saying. From when my time, you wasn't showing nobody nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
Because you knew you wasn't showing nobody nothing. That's what I'm saying. You wasn't saying nothing. Or how they be talking about pull up and all that. They would have pulled up, beat niggas' mothers up and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Word is born, man. Word is born.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like, come on, dude. They say, oh, he got what? You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, robbing rappers was a sport.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Robbing rappers was a sport. That was like, oh, you can catch you a rapper, you gonna get props. You know, that's why Guru made the song Just to Get a Rep. You know what I'm saying? They was in Just to Get a Rep. We was on Instagram to get a rep. We was going around killing and shooting and robbing, you know? And I'm glad that that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
But still, they promote that. You know what I'm saying? They promote the killing, the shooting, and the robbing, but they on there snitching on themselves. Because let me tell you something. If you talking about what you're doing on Instagram, you snitch.
Right.
You a snitch. Everybody be talking about this person a snitch, that person a snitch. Y'all all snitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't even get the memo that they all snitching. They all talking to themselves. That's why I said on playing yourself. Look, I said on playing yourself, almost 20-some years ago. I never knew hustlers confess to stereo or on video. Get caught, you know who turns states. Evidence, murder, weapon, confession, and fingerprint. Everything is happening now. I've been said that was going to happen.
Yeah, man.
I've been said, and that's just what happened. What's happening? Motherfuckers getting caught. They turn in state's evidence. They here's everything. Here's, you know, because that's what it is. That if you ain't a gangster, if you a rapper, you ain't a gangster. That's just it. You can't be both. You can only be one. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, no doubt about it. Shoot, it's so different today. It's unbelievable how different it is today, man. I mean, you know, first of all, a lot of the hoods you go to is being gentrified. So everything is changing. I mean, everything is changing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you go into a hood and it's Starbucks on the corner. You know what I mean? And
look,
it's yo.
And that would be okay if dudes appreciated and took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? You could appreciate that and take advantage of it. Like, listen, I can't say nothing about gentrification because in Berlin, I'm gentrification. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In Berlin, I'm gentrification. But on the real, you know, I understand. Come on, I know I'm just joking right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's real that I am gentrification in Berlin. Like, I live in East Berlin, you know what I'm saying, which is traditionally a poor part. I got high rent, you know what I'm saying? The people who was here, it's the same situation. But what I'm saying is this. Gentrification, that should have made things easier for the hood. Really, because you don't got the same amount of crime. So use that and do something with it. The times are changing. Times are always going to change, right? That's just what happened. Times are always going to change. Is it wrong that people are pushed out and rents are doubled and all that? Yes. Yes, that is. But at the same time, how did gentrification happen? Because people was not taking care of their shit. So if you're not taking care of your neighborhood, that's why we got to take care of our neighborhood. Because that's what pushes the property value down, and then people is able to buy up the whole block and kick everybody out, right?
Right.
Because the crime, the everything that goes on now, and don't get me wrong, you know they got part in it because they helping. They like, ooh, this area look nice. You know what I'm saying? They got train, they got central access to this, that. Let's do something. Like on my grandmother's block, for instance, in East New York. My sister sat on a community board for years, and they just moved. And she said, yo, Rue, they about to put a hotel on the corner and make it a homeless shelter. You know why they doing that? They doing that because who wants to live on a block with a homeless shelter?
Right.
So what's going to happen? That's definitely going to drive the property value down, right? Because the homeless shelter on the block.
Right.
And then they're going to get people to sell their houses now for cheaper because the property value is down. And that same homeless shelter, once all the niggas is out of the neighborhood, they're going to kick all the homeless people out, turn that into some fly-ass high-rise building, tear the neighborhood down, and do the same for the whole neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Because they rezoning where they could put in big story buildings and all of that. So, I mean, that's why we got to take care of our neighborhood, you know? But, I mean, it's too late for that now. Like you said, they already gentrified. And now they come in there, and they don't want block parties no more. They don't want, you know, they want to change the neighborhood into what they want it to be, but they moved there for a certain reason. I know what it is. My stand on gentrification is, it's you know, it's crazy, but I look at everything from all angles. You know what I'm saying? I look at everything from all angles. And the angle is somebody can't take something from you that you take care of. You feel me?
Yep.
And that's what we got to do. We got to take care of our shit. You know, my mother taught us, no matter what you have, you don't got to be rich, but you could still look neat and nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you take care of what you got, it's gonna give you the spirit to get more. People who don't take care of what they got, that's why they don't get more.
Yeah.
Because they don't have no concept of ownership of keeping things up. And don't get me wrong, it's part of the systemic racism that has created that, you know, that spirit within us. But that's why I always put my music out. And I put my music out because I tell, you might not like what I say, but I'm telling the real. You feel me? I'm not going to over here be crying every day about wah, they doing this to us, they doing this to us. You know, my mother said something to me one day. This was not too long ago. I was talking and I was like, listen, you know, we talking about life and everything and racism. And I said, look, we all know it's an uneven playing field. My mother looked me dead in my face and she said, what you mean? It's not an uneven playing field. I said, what you mean? She said, because now you know. Once you know the playing field is even. Once you know the playing field is even, it's up to you now.
That's powerful.
Yeah, you're gonna probably have to work harder. You know, you're gonna have to, but you know now, you have that knowledge. See, it's only uneven when you don't know, right? Yes, you start out with less resources. You starting out at a disadvantage. It's up to you to go ahead and push through. And you can't be crying all the time, you know?
Right.
You crying all the time, how could you do anything? You know? And it's rough. It's rough. But complaining ain't never helped nobody.
Right.
You know, another thing, my mother, she never let us complain. She said there's three things you could do. You can accept it, you could change it, or you could go away from it. But that's it. It ain't nothing else. Complaining about it ain't gonna do nothing. You feel me? You could accept it, like, fuck it, I give up, I accept. You could change it, or you could just walk away from it. But that's it. Why complain about it?
Right.
I think we do a lot of complaining. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with you there. We do a lot of complaining, not enough action, in my opinion. You know, not enough action to go out there and make some changes.
Exactly.
I see where you get.
And we don't hold each other down.
And exactly.
No. You know what? Let me rephrase that. And we love to hold each other down. How about that?
There you go. Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I see why, you know, why you're a lifelong learner, man. And, you know, that's something that I've always taught my kids. For sure. You know, learn for the rest of your life. Don't think, you know, because you went to college and you got, you know, this degree or that degree that you stop learning. You got to keep learning, you know, self-discovery, knowledge of the world. Just keep learning. And you know, you'll be able to transition what you've learned into a happy life. You know what I mean?
Right. Everything is a lesson, and every day is a lesson.
That's it.
Every day is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. If you know more than yesterday, then you making progress.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
If you know more than yesterday, you making progress. You know, I like I said, I love to read. I love all the self-help stuff, and I'm reading one joint. I forget the name of it. I'm listening to it. But the homie said, your goal should just to be 1% better every day.
Mm.
So if you get 1% better at something every day, in 100 days, you'll be 100% better.
100% better.
Yeah.
So that's my goal. My goal is to just be, you know, he said, forget all what happens is the reason that we end up failing when we trying to do things is because we trying to make these drastic changes overnight. And if we don't see instant gratification, he's like, but man, just be 1% better than you was the day before.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's easy to achieve, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely what's up.
Now, and that's clearly why why you've adapted so well into this new era of how things are consumed, because as you said, you're proficient with all of the creative tools that you need to create and produce all of your own projects.
Right. You know, and I'm going to tell you why, Savvy D. Because I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, baby, and I'm a hustler.
No doubt.
Exactly, man. You got to maintain that hustle.
I'm from the East. I'm from the time.
Sun rises in the East.
You know you from our era. You know what it is. You know that. You know it was different. You had to adapt. You know what I'm saying? You had to adapt. Like
that's it. You had to keep moving.
An everyday struggle. It was so savage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was so savage. Like I peeped the Howard Beach movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a different era. We didn't know a lot of the things. And that's one thing that led me to put the record out the way I put the record out. It's because I said I was talking to myself, because I talk to myself a lot, and I answer myself back too. Fuck it. And, so I guess I'm crazy, but I said to myself, I'm like, yo, imagine when I was first putting records out, if I had the technology and all that they have today.
Word.
And then I thought to myself, and I said, self, you do have all the technology that they have today. What are you talking about?
Right.
Go ahead and jump on that and see how it works. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this really is for me right now. It's an experiment. I'm learning a lot of things behind the scenes. And with this project, what I'm doing is I'm creating a system that I could teach people, that I could teach my peers. You know, because I see a lot of my peers suffering. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A lot of the guys from the 80s and 90s, not all of them, but some of them who were maybe not as business savvy or, you know, still caught up in doing things the old way. I want to create a system that I could teach them how to do this, to constantly see growth on all their channels, their YouTube channels, their Instagram, their this and that, and how to parlay that into actual income and revenue, how to monetize that.
Yeah. I wanted to jump back. The song "One Day" off of Wrath of the Man. Right. Was that just a clever story, or was you actually trying to go at Bad Boy?
I mean, I said Puffy name. Whoever name I said.
Okay.
Whoever, and that's why this is one thing though. I was not talking about Biggie though, and Premier will tell you that, and he's been in interviews. I was never talking about Biggie because that was my man. Mm-hmm. Whoever I was talking about, I said their name, right? Like that's it. I said your name. If I said your name, I'm not one of them subliminal dudes. If I'm talking to you, I said your name, especially at that time. I'm fresh off the street. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm talking to you. That's it. And if you want to do something, it was childish, it was immature, it was arrogant, it was all of those things, right? But it was what it was. I mean, you know. So I was, you know, I had a little issue with Puffy, and so I put it on the record instead of doing the thing that a smarter me would have done, and just deal with it in another way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I had to do it because I had to learn that lesson too. I had to learn a lesson about burning bridges. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right.
You learn a lot of different lessons in life.
Right.
And my mother always says, you're gonna learn the easy way or the hard way. The easy way somebody tell you. The hard way you get hit in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah. Right.
That's so true.
The easy way, somebody tell you. She used to always say that. She said, the easy way, somebody tell you. The hard way, you get hit in the head. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the truth. That nothing but the truth. I can see where you get, you know, your moms are dropping knowledge on you, man.
All day, listen.
Yeah,
my moms ain't never let us. She ain't never let us be stuck in no self-pity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, she ain't let us think nothing but we greatness. You understand what I'm saying? She like, you greatness on every level. And greatness don't. I remember the first time I told her I was God. She ain't flip or nothing. She would just wait, and if I would do something, she'd be like, Jeru, Let me ask you a question real quick. Would God do that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
She'd be like, let me ask you a question, God. Would God do that? Like, I just want to know. But she's telling me something. I don't see the behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't see. She's like, because I know God. My God wouldn't do that. Like, so, and you know, she never let us, she never said, oh, you wrong. Or even when we were small kids, yo, we'll be saying something and she'll be like, she never shut us down. She'd be like, oh, you know what? She's like, that sounds good, but right now, I'm the mommy, so we're going to do what I say. And when you're the mommy or the daddy, y'all can do what you say.
That sounds real nice.
You know what I'm saying? Sound good. That's a valid point, but I'm the mommy, so we're going to do what I say.
Exactly.
I'm in charge, so guess what?
Right.
That's it. Shut it down. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't one of those children to be seen, not heard. No, she let us say what we're going to say. She'd be like, oh, that sounds good. She would encourage us. Oh, that sounds good, but I'm the mommy, so we're going to do it this way.
Right.
Right, that's it. When you the mommy or the daddy, y'all can do it any way you want to.
That's golden.
Yeah.
That's golden.
You know, so I have a lot of laughs about, like, I laugh at my mom, you know, about a lot of things. Just like she never taught us, she never taught us an eye for an eye. You know how, because you growing up in the hood, you know, that's the first thing parents teach their kids. Somebody hit you, somebody do this, you do that. She never taught us that. And, you know, not some years back, me and her was talking, and she said, the reason that I never taught y'all that, she said, because, you know, it was a lot of violence and everything, and I knew that. She said, so imagine if you got killed doing something that I taught you. She said, imagine if you got killed doing something that I taught you.
Right.
She said, you know, your father wasn't there like that, so, you know, and I can't be a father. You know what I mean? She can't be a father. I got my uncles, I got all that. She's like, you turned out all right. She said, I knew you would figure it out. You're a smart kid. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't the type of kid that I needed to tell that. She's like, you got your lumps, you got your bumps. She's like, look, you got beat up and forth and all that. She said, but you wasn't excessively violent because I didn't teach you that. Right. I didn't want you to be excessively violent because when you teach a kid that right off the top, they become violent, right?
Right.
So everything somebody do, it's that reaction.
Right.
To fight back. You know, she taught us not to be pushovers. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people, she always say, people only gonna do to you what you let them. Right. That was her thing. Yeah. People only gonna do to you what you let them.
Yep.
So,
yeah. So, you know, I heard a rumor or I read an article or something a while ago, man. I don't know. Maybe it was, a while ago, that you was working on an album with DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Large Pro.
I had a lot of different things lined up. You know, I wanted to get, like, I got the joint from Large Pro. I put it out called Solar Flares. I had PF Cutting do a joint on my Hammer EP. But, you know, things don't always happen. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to happen, but it ain't happened.
Yeah.
So, next episode, you know what I mean?
So you doing any work with? Because I know you used to, you know, back. Let me see, DJ Premier produced.
You know, we did the Gangstar album. I did a joint on that.
Right, that's right.
On the new Gangstar album.
Nice.
And you know, Preem, I kick it with Preem and all that. So we'll see what's up. But we don't have a definite date. But we definitely gonna do something. I mean, we have been on IG Live and all that, and you know, we gonna do something. But it's just, you know. Things are different right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like the world is like wonkers right now. You know what I'm saying? The world flipped upside down on us.
Yeah, it's crazy right now everywhere.
So you know, everybody doing what they do, and like I said, me, I be on my Jeru time. You know what I'm saying? I don't wait around. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't wait around.
Yeah. What other type of stuff? Moment. Exactly, right? What other type of stuff do you put on your YouTube?
Well, I be trying a lot of different things on YouTube. I'm trying to figure it out, but I have something called the Hip Hop Road Show, where I go around to different countries and I give like a 1 minute, 2 minute history lesson of the country and show a little bit of the show being rocked at the end of that. Okay. Like a little geography lesson. Cause I remember one time I was in New York and I told a homie, I was like, yo, he was like, yo, I ain't see you in a minute. I'm like, yeah, I'll be out in Europe. He's like, what language they speak out there? So,
okay. Okay.
See, it's funny, but it's sad at the same time.
At the same time, right.
Y'all laugh, but that was sad at the same time. I was like, you know, well, I saw it as a teachable moment. Well, it depends on where you at. You know what I'm saying? If you in Italy, they speak Italian. If you in Spain, they speak Spanish. You know, so I was like, wow, people don't know. And I see a lot on the gram and this and that. People like, oh, hey, I'm here and I'm there, and I'm there and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I figured, why not teach people some stuff? Yeah. So I got that. I got some other stuff where I go talk. But right now, I just been focusing on putting out the music. So since I'm doing 2 videos, I just do 2 videos every 2 weeks, you know, a video every 2 weeks right now, because I'm focusing on the music. And I'm going to work on some other content. But like right now, I'm also working on the film. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I write a lot. So I'm just working. Like, I just love to be creative.
That's exactly the thing, because I could see you creating any kind of content, any format, you know, and then creating something compelling.
Yeah, I'm funny. I'm funnier than people know. You know, people think Jeru the Damaja is this way serious dude, but I'm actually a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up class clowning it because I was too smart. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you know how when you're not challenged in school, you act up. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I was class clowning it. The signal may get a little choppy because I'm walking out. I got to catch the store before I close. But we can still kick it for a little minute. I'll take y'all with me.
All right. Yeah.
So what can we expect from this next single? From the September drop?
It's called Love Hate. And basically it's dealing with life, how, you know, everything we've been talking about so far, how, you know, it's a lot going on. But we got to make a decision, and we need to approach things more willing to love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we quick to hate everything. Like, you notice that? People is they be ready to hate something. You know what I'm saying?
There's negativity.
They ready. You know what I'm saying? They ready to kill all cops, defund the police. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all know that everything is wrong. But you're going to defund all the police, what's going to happen? You think it's lawlessness now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not like, dudes, they not even saying something constructive, like have a special police force or you know, reorganize a police force of people from the neighborhoods or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everything is immediately tear down, immediately hate. You know what I'm saying? No solution. This is the thing. Even with these so-called leaders that we have and all of that, all they do is talk about the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Fear.
They don't talk about the solution. Have you ever, I've never heard none of them coming up with a solution. It's always talking about how much they doing to us. All right, we know they doing to us, we know this, but what's the solution? Just like when all that rioting for George Floyd, I ain't really hear nobody asking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody really asked for nothing like of value. Like, they supposed to be like, unless we get our reparations, we gonna tear all this shit down. You know what I'm saying? Right. like you got everybody shook. Get that money they owe us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that money they owe us.
That's the message they're trying to send, but it's not getting through clearly.
Cause ain't nobody saying it. Who's the leadership?
Right.
Who's sitting down and saying, listen, we want reparations. And then again, now I'm gonna tell y'all something on the flip side of that is that's deep. And this is real deep right here, what I'm about to say. How you expect somebody who done enslaved you, beat your grandparents, parents, everybody to give you something fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like KRS-One said in that song. There can never be justice on stolen land. Where's the justice at?
Right.
You in a place that the motherfucker took that they said is theirs and killed everybody who was there. So you think they gonna give you what you want just because you mad?
Right. And then on top of that, once you get it, you think no one's gonna come to take that what you got?
Come on, they gonna do the same thing that they always done. That's why the revolution has to be mental. That's one of the lines in the new record. I said if the revolution ain't mental, they pulling out them heaters. Because they run the army. They run the tanks.
That's it.
If was it, we'd all get spliffed on it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Listen, check this out. I seen what's the name of this new group that's armed up like the Black Panthers with all black on and all that?
NFAC.
Okay. One tank could take that whole shit out. One tank. They look to China.
Jeru, we need you to drop an urban warfare series on your YouTube.
You know, right? But just think about it. If they really feel threatened, they just gotta push 1 or 2 tanks through there, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, they got all kind of crazy technology. They got drones and all.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is one, like you said, a drone. Come on, they forgetting what they did to move. They blew that whole block up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Philadelphia. They blew it. They be because they be talking about they woke, but they young and they be forgetting. And it's not saying and not defend yourself and all that, because you gotta defend yourself. But you got to start with the mind, and it's got to be strategic. It's got to be guerrilla warfare.
Absolutely.
Right? It can't be straight up. It can't be straight up head to head. You can't fight a war of attrition with somebody who got more than you, right?
And also trying to control the narrative.
If you go back, look at Vietnam. How come you think that they had to pull up out of there? It wasn't because they was going head to head with them, right?
Right.
They was doing little sneaky stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Tunnels underground, things that they ain't know about. You can't come and say, hey, we here. And that's the dumbest move ever. When you fighting an army that's bigger than you, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know, you have to take advantage
an army
of
that's
knowledge.
Bigger than you have to use strategy. You know what I'm saying? You can't fight a war of attrition because they got more men, they got more guns, they got more resources.
Exactly.
So you gotta use the resources that they don't got, and that's your mind.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But all right, fellas, I gotta go, man, because the store getting ready to close, and I need to grab my joints. I'm standing out in front of the store talking. These people all looking at me.
All right.
But
we appreciate the time, man.
Man, I appreciate you fellas having me. It's been a blast. One love. I'm gonna follow y'all up on YouTube, and
sure.
And everybody out there, don't forget, follow me, Jeru the Damaja. Go to patreon.com/Jeru the Damaja, YouTube, Jeru the Damaja 1. Everywhere, just Jeru the Damaja, or just Google a brother, you'll find me.
We'll post all the links.
Brother. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna post it all and make sure we link to you and everything. So definitely.
All right, that's what's up. And thank you, brothers, and we'll keep up. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'll hit y'all up on the gram and all that, all right?
Definitely. Appreciate you, bro.
Actually, hit me on the gram so that I'll hit you.
Okay, I'll definitely do that.
All right?
Take it easy, brother.
One love, brother.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, peace.
He's ready for mystery. He walks again by night, ruthlessly, meeting with the unknown.
It's the educated field nigga, trained in guerrilla warfare, plus equipped with mental hardware. Manifesting organizational skills, cause organizational skills kills more devils than bullets. Pull it, the psychological trigger, and be a real nigga. Happy as a runaway slave in the jungle, the concrete jungle. Here's your scars, wear them. Here's your arms, don't end, but you might die if you bear them. Against the system, another nigga caught up in the system. So I melt my invisible chains and deviate from the system. No longer shall I be a victim. Victimized, circumcised by the lies of the system. It's equivalent to being non-existent. I used to be a pawn in the game, but I changed my position. I'm making moves, so beware, beware, beware. The